Okay, listen, I want you to think of your most humbling experience, okay? Like the type of embarrassing shit that if it was on camera, you wouldn't want the footage in your enemy's hands, okay? Thought about it? Now imagine you had to pay for it. Okay, that was rude. I'm turning 30, and for the next 30 days until my birthday, I'm gonna be telling you something embarrassing I did that made me think maybe I don't need to wear clothes. I love shopping, okay? What girl doesn't love shopping? But hands down, the worst part of shopping is trying shit on. Last year, I was on the hunt for an appropriate, cute little like spring dress. Because to be honest, all the dresses I own look like you can pay for me for 50 cents in a corner. So I go to the mall, more specifically, I go into Abercrombie, and I find the cutest black linen, long sleeve little dress. And I'm like, this is everything I need and more. Listen, ladies, if you aren't grabbing at least two sizes when you're trying shit on, the size you think you are and the size you actually are, you're just setting yourself up for a mental breakdown. So with that in mind, I grab my two sizes and I'm like, perfect, what could go wrong? So I go to try on my stuff, and I don't know what it is about dressing rooms that are quite literally my personal hell, because not only is it horrifying to have to try on a bunch of shit that might not fit you, it also is quite literally as hot as hell. Like, I don't know what they're doing in dressing rooms, but it is always 1,000 degrees. I start to put on the first dress, and I am dripping sweat from my temples, okay? And I can already tell I am losing this battle. I may not have strength for this fight, but I do have strategy, okay? I am wiggling myself, I am contorting my body to make sure that I fit in this dress. I finally got the dress on, okay? And it is tighter than, honestly, I'll ever be. Now I'm in the middle of buttoning my dress, okay? And my shoulders are kind of like arching like this when I fucking big back Hulk rip my shit wide open. I'm looking in the mirror in the back of the dress and I just see a gaping giant hole, and I'm trying to determine if it's like kind of a look like, ooh, a little open back moment. It wasn't. I'm all upset by this, okay? I am in tears, but you know what? I'm using my tears to lube myself out of this stress. I start to calm myself down because I'm like, this is why you get two sizes, okay? I'm gonna try on the bigger dress, it's gonna fit me, and we'll deal with the consequences of ripping the other one later. I put on the second dress and it's snug for sure, but it fits. Finish up buttoning it and no rip. Thankfully, no rip, and now my confidence is hanging on by a string, but it's still hanging on. The next step is to do the sit test, okay? And if you don't know what the sit test is, it is when you're trying on something and you gotta sit down to make sure you can breathe. So I sit down, I'm doing well, I'm barely breathing, but some airflow is coming out. When I go to pick up my hair, because it is quite literally covered in blood, sweat, and tears, and I lift my arm to just hear a giant rip coming from all the way below my elbow to the side of me. That moment I thought to myself, like, wow, I could totally audition for Disney's live action rendition of Beauty and the Beast as me starring as the Beast, the way I'm just ripping through regular human clothing. Because I'm not a masochist, I stopped trying on the dresses, okay? But then I had to go outside with the two dresses up to an Abercrombie sales associate and let them know that I had ripped both dresses because the material sucked. All right, and not at all that I probably should have sucked in a little harder. Already so embarrassing that I had to admit that I broke two dresses, okay? But I also received a receipt as a nice reminder that I could scrapbook at a later time so I could always remember this day and how I had to pay for it.